Welcome to another edition of Shout News here on ShoutBoxRadio.com and the ShoutBox Radio YouTube channel. Online dating. What happened? It seemed so promising at first. Using the means of the internet to try and connect with another human being on a mutual understanding that you were both there for the same purpose, dating. In modern day society, time is limited for most people, and most people's priorities don't include time to go out and find that significant other. The concept of online dating is actually quite alluring. You have the ability to privately look at the person, read some personality traits, be able to see a summary of what they like and don't like, and you get a general sense of who they are before you meet them. Opposed to meeting someone at a bar or club where the influence of alcohol may not show a person's true persona or their true intentions. Online dating sites take in about $1.7 billion a year, with nearly 50 million Americans that have tried them out. According to the Pew Research Center, in 2005, 29% of U.S. American adults viewed online dating as desperate, which in 2016 has dropped to 23%. Also in 2005, 44% thought that online dating was a good way to meet people. That has since risen to 59% in 2015. The popularity of online dating sites or mobile dating apps are more commonly used by young adults 18 to 24 than they are among older adults 25 to 34. 52% of users are male and 40% are female. What you can gather from this is that the majority of people that are trying out online dating are younger males who see it as a non-desperate attempt to find someone. Most online dating sites are free to try, but after a trial period you must subscribe to a monthly or annual payment schedule. Let's take Plenty of Fish for example, or POF.com. If MySpace and Craigslist had a baby, it would be this site. This site is pretty much an open door, and you aren't limited to much in the free version. You can pay to have a few features unlocked, but does very little to pay for a service that is initially free for the rest of the users, especially since POF does very little to filter out any unwanted harmful profiles. Every woman you talk to on Plenty of Fish has at least one horror story. It ranges from being constantly harassed by a certain user or guys sending them unwanted dick pics. Guys can also be constantly harassed by female users that are trying to ask for sexual favors in exchange for money. Prostitution through this site has become overbearingly common, and the site's online dating appeal to it has become incredibly tainted. Just to raise awareness of how easy it is to set up a profile of this site and how easy it is for users to try and solicit sex, we set up a profile ourselves. We went by the name Liam, an attractive 26-year-old entrepreneur that just moved to town. Our sole purpose for being on the site was to find people around the area that like to hang out and have fun. We did mention in the profile that money wasn't an issue and that we had our own car and house. Because of the attractive nature of the profile picture, along with a very cocky sounding profile, our boy Liam started ranking in the views almost immediately. The profile was only up for 48 hours, and by the end of it, Liam had 67 views, 53 people that wanted to meet him, and 17 women that had messaged him first. One woman stood out from the rest of the messages as she had an odd and unsettling in her approach toward Liam, and her subject line of her profile was dripping, slipping, slurping, wet, and juicy. Almost right off the bat, she asked for Liam's name and number. When we refused her with a number and we asked what she was looking for in here, money for some reason made a debut into the conversation, but she was looking for a no strings attached type of arrangement. Having our suspicions that she wanted to solicit sex through text instead of being on Plenty of Fish's messenger, we told her that we would hit her up later. She then became extremely irritated, blocked our profile, and told us to go drink bleach. Of course, this was all on suspicion, but you can read the conversation on the Shout News on ShoutBoxRadio.com. While the social experiment was fun, it does take a harder look into something that our modern day society is obsessed with, and that is vanity. Liam's profile was very much accepted because of the very attractive profile picture, despite his very vague description. It's true that online dating gives you a somewhat more previewed image of someone opposed to looking at someone across the bar, but as the old saying goes, all that is gold does not glitter. Physical attractiveness does play a role, but without substance in someone's character, you're essentially looking into an empty vessel. Be careful out there in the online world, since you never know who's really behind those profile pictures. That will complete the segment of Shout News. Be sure to follow ShoutBox Radio on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also download our app on Google Play and on iTunes to tune into our radio station and stay in touch with up-to-date information on what we're doing next. Have a great day.